Imagine, if you will, if you're studying history, and this is vitally important that people understand this. If you're going to study something from the 12th century, you need something as close as possible to the time period. Now, obviously, you're probably thinking, well, it's not always possible to do that. Sometimes you have to, if you're reading about the 12th century, maybe the closest thing you can get is from the 14th century, 15th century. But the further you get away from the period of history, the less accurate it gets. It's like, for example, just as say there's a court case and there's a murder, and you want to piece together, everything that happened. Who do you interview? You interview eyewitnesses, people that have seen it with their own eyes. But it's not as simple as that. And it's the same with history. You can get, say, 100 people viewing a murder, but one person just say, I don't know, just say it's a mafia murder or something like that, and one person is in the mafia and has a bias in that direction, well, his testimony is probably going to be a little different to the other 99 people. But this is taken into account in court cases. Not every testimony is equally valid. And I remember I describe this to people, especially when people want to talk about history, whatever the historical narrative that they want to give. Oh, that sounds like a lot of work, they say. Yes, it is a lot of work. But what do you want? Do you want the lazy, hand-me-down history that you're given to in your public school? I mean, for example, in Ireland, you were just taught in history, oh, well, this thing happened and this happened, then a very bad man named Hitler came along and World War II broke out. History seems incredibly boring in secondary schools, but it's incredibly interesting. Now, that's not a reason to study it. Regardless, it's incredibly important. I can't remember who said it, but it's been described, if you don't know history, it's like being born yesterday. You don't know why there's conflict in this part of the world and that part of the world. You must understand the history of the region.